Florida is preparing and the message to those living in Idalia's path. We are joined by Florida Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie. Mr. Guthrie, thanks so much for taking the time. We know you are busy tonight and in the days ahead. We have heard Idalia appears headed for Florida's Big Bend, which is an area that has actually never seen a direct hit. What message are you sending tonight to folks living in that area?
Well, Phil, thanks for having me on. What we're sending out, the message we're sending out right now through local emergency managers is you still have just a couple of hours. If you are in an evacuation zone and you've been asked to evacuate, you need to evacuate, and you need to do that now. Move to the car, take what you have, get out of harm's way. This is going to be life-threatening storm surge. Earlier today, I was told by the National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center and one of the local emergency managers that the storm surge in Cedar Key is going to be higher than what we had with Hurricane Ian at 12 feet. We're looking at potentially 15 feet in Cedar Key, Steinhatchee. Those are areas that are very, very vulnerable to storm surge. And those individuals, if you are in one of those locations, you need to leave right now. Up towards the northern Big Bend area, which is up here in Tallahassee, we're looking at Category 2 sustained winds right here at our EOC. So again, if you're in the Tallahassee area, over into the Big Bend, if you need power, you need to evacuate now. Go to some place that is going to be guaranteeing you power, such as a shelter, maybe a hotel, or a friend and family member's house, and you need to execute on that right now.
You've been spreading that message, your governor, local, state officials as well. From what you've seen, the information you have so far, are folks heeding those warnings?
Yes, I talked to the emergency manager in Cedar Key. He told me that people are listening, they are moving, they are evacuating. There's going to be some that just don't do that. And we need to make sure that those individuals understand, if they still have power and they're watching this show right now, they need to understand that we're not going to be able to come in and rescue them until after the storm passes. We are at 40-mile-an-hour winds right now in most of those areas, and we just cannot get out there with public safety personnel and rescue them. You're going to be there for about the next 24 hours until we can get to you.
And to the south, it looks like Tampa will once again be spared a direct hit, but still could see serious storm surge. What is your biggest concern for that area?
Yeah, I know Mayor Jane Castor very well. What she said was absolutely right at the top of your show. People that are, they need to leave. They need to get out of that harm's way as well. 4 to 7 feet of storm surge right there, downtown West Shore in that area is going to be problematic. We still believe we're going to see some significant storm surge, even more than what we had for Hurricane Ian inside that Tampa Bay area. It is going to impact homes. There will be power out. Right now, they're probably in a situation where they just have to shelter in place. If they're able to get out of harm's way, they should try to do so. But again, if you're going to put yourself in greater harm's way, you don't need to drive. You're just going to shelter in place. Get to a central location of your home. Stay away from the windows.
Just for a minute, let's talk about after landfall. The storm is expected to cross the northern part of the state. Again, this is an area that isn't as storm hardened as others. So you might have folks experiencing this for the first time or not thinking much of it. What are you telling them?
Well, about 200,000 people live in manufactured housing in this Big Bend impacted or soon to be impacted area. Again, if you're in a manufactured home, you need to get out. When it comes to the recovery, property can be replaced. We will work through that. We will, FEMA is already here in the state. FEMA's got 2 of their national incident management teams here in the state already, one staged in Central Florida, one here at the state EOC. We're going to work together with the Chief Financial Officer's office on insurance. We're going to work together with FEMA for those that may not have insurance or may be underinsured. We're going to work with the Department of Economic Opportunity. We're going to work with the Small Business Administration. All of those forces are going to come to bear right here in the state of Florida in the coming days to help people out. Please do not be fooled by scammers. Don't do any type of cash transactions. Don't sign anything. If somebody comes to your door, do not do that. Please don't be taken advantage of after the disaster when we move into recovery mode.
Yeah, that's a good warning. Unfortunately, we see a lot of that after a storm of this nature. Just before we go, sir, I know you're busy. What resources does the state have in place for both response and recovery to what is a sizable storm?
Right. I just mentioned the 2 FEMA teams that are here. We do have FEMA federal teams for urban search and rescue. We have National Guard members from 3 different states. We have our own National Guard here, 5,500 members with 19 aircraft that are standing by ready to go. I have a U.S. Coast Guard Rear Admiral Schofield, who is here at my EOC as well. All of his rotary wing and fixed wing aircraft are available. All of his shallow water Hunt boats are available. We have literally hundreds of airboats and flat bottom boats that are staged in the area, ready to go as soon as we can start responding, which may be even into overnight tonight, early in the morning for South Florida, and then moving into all day long and into overnight operations tomorrow night. So we have tens of thousands of responders standing by. We have over 30,000 linemen ready to put the power back on. So we were very fast in Hurricane Ian. It is a goal of ours to be able to be even faster moving forward. So those are just a few of the resources that we have, but we are certainly ready for this, and we will certainly be there for our Floridians.
Florida Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie. Director, thank you so much for taking the time, and of course, best of luck in the coming days.
Thank you, Phil.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.